Hi Virgos, if you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. Here's your October spooky bloody ink blot. If you want to take a screenshot so you can scry on your own time and terms for shapes and symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses. Virgos, as always, will scry, we'll add on tarot and oracle, and as well we have the ghost tube here kicking for any audio additions that may inspire or irritate, receive or release freely, of course. All right, Virgos, you know the drill. I'm going to close the eyes. You're welcome to join me. Take a deep breath, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. All right, Virgos, let's wander your October aura. We will flip it later on in the month for perspective possibilities.
Do you want to play?
Do you want to play? Actually, that came up... I don't know what it was, but this has been coming up in different contexts. Do you want to play? So as I've been preparing for your session, I'm like, this is the thing. Do you want to play? Do you want to play? I am seeing a cowboy type male energy. Something about a mustache specifically. I'm not going to lie. It feels a little devilish, not in, the great way that we can, wander around that symbol and that energy for the positive. It feels overbearing, and it feels like I'm chained to something. It feels like a male energy. Could have to do something with love. Now, whether that love is romantic or a parent or a partner, there's just something about it that feels very domineering. But there's like a bow tie on it. Okay, so there's two males coming through. One is this overbearing, dominant male, and I can see this conversation happening here. It's like squawking. And I don't know if the resonance or the relation of some sort is still here. Again, I don't know if you've watched other readings, but even if the experience or the memory is in the past, if we're reflecting on it in the here and now, it's quite present. So I feel like even if this person or this situation has moved on, it's still taking up real estate in my mind, some way, some form. Like it's still got some sort of hold. Okay, and then see like this. I'm seeing like a church or a temple somewhere along that lines. Apply whatever symbolic space that I feel like it's like dissipating, but it's like it covers my home, and I'm in my head, maybe even in my heart. Okay, so this other male that's coming through feels like a bartender of sorts, and I feel like I'm in maybe the 40s or the 50s, maybe even the 30s, but I'm not great with time. Feels older, and it's like I can see, very traditional. I say traditional, but I don't even, in the timeline, maybe it's traditional to the timeline. Like there's suspenders, and there's a bow tie, and it's like there's even like a bar towel. It's very specific, and I see a lot of wood, or like the bar is wood. Anyway, so this person, this male energy, it's male energy,
Slowly.
male express coming through, and has something to do with, again, like this, it's like they're trying to talk to you. They're trying to talk to you about something. What are they sharing? I feel like something... Okay, so I'm up here. This is what they're driving me towards. There's an idea or something I have that's holding me in place. It's holding me in place somehow. I don't know. And okay, so this bartender is like, okay, so they're like some sort of servant to you, but this feels like they're not just your servant. Like a bartender, they interact with a lot of different people. They have wisdoms that they don't even need to hold. Like the wisdom comes to them, even though it comes in worries or drowning the sorrows, this, that, or the other. But it feels like they can move through it. Like I'm seeing it like a mill, and like clearing and cleansing it out. Yeah, like screening it out. I feel like I'm in an old time. Like I don't even know. So they're offering something, like sitting at this bar with you. Or maybe that is a symbol that means something to you. And they're helping, like a bartender therapist or something like that. That's what that feels like.
Can you repeat?
Bartender therapist. So one feels very helpful and like getting stuff out of your mind and out of your brain, like just speaking it out, and they like toss it back and forth with you because what is that?
Always.
Okay, so a cocktail. You know when people are making cocktails and they're all fancy and they can throw things in the air, like that's what's being up here. But the things throwing in the air aren't necessarily the spirits of the beverage. It's of the things that you're talking about, tossing it back and forth with you. They do feel like they're in the bloodline. This bartender. They feel like family. Or the other devilish mustachio male energy. I don't know. Maybe you're married to them at some point in time, or so there's some sort of I'm going to go into that temple thing. Sorry. Because there's something up above. I'm seeing a specific kind of bird, but I don't actually know what kind of bird it is. They're swooping in the water getting fish. So I think that could be a lot of different birds. They do have a long beak or bill. We're here for Virgo. Okay, when I wander in towards this holistic house in the negative space of sorts, I'm seeing a acorn and a 4-leaf clover.
Are you a friend?
Yes, absolutely. I'm seeing a billy goat gruff and also a Scottish Rite dog or something. Is it a Scottish or some sort of dog like that? You know, when they have like that very particular fur line. Of course, Virgos, if you see, sense, or feel anything, feel well to comment below, inspiring the interconnected nature. Of course, and thank you to all those who do like, share, and subscribe, and warm my haunted heart. And for those who donate, I appreciate you. Sorry, I get very distracted.
Let me show you.
Okay, I'm just going to grab your paranormal poker hand here. Thank you. There's another gentleman. It's either another gentleman or he's stepping through differently. And I'm seeing like the Quaker Oats guy, you know, from like the oatmeal. Yeah, that's exactly how I'm seeing it. Wisdom and overcoming fear. Definite hermit vibes, which is interesting. I just heard Lantern of Love. I don't know if somebody, maybe it was this devilish, and again, it doesn't have to be male earthly express, but it's definitely very specific kind of energy and attitude.
Hunger.
Yeah. I feel like they might have like taken a lot of your light, or that at least that's how it feels. Not to say they actually did. That's just how it feels. Thank you. The other gentleman, the pa, the grandpa, the granddad, something along the lines, the positive or what seemingly more comfort, the bartender guy. And by talking with him, and it's like going through that back and forth, I feel as though it could even be a spirit guide. It's like overcoming these fears that I may have of how it went down or how it played out and what I was left with. Because I feel very deflated when I'm in this energy by my interactions with this other male. And this bartender guy helps me feel like I'm having a blessed day. Or it's like he tells me, have a blessed day. Have a blessed day. It's like I'm seeing an x-ray of sorts. It's like getting the grumpy gopher guts off my back. And I don't want this to be hopefully, if it's not your scry story and you're holding space for others to receive it, gratitude galore for that. And I don't want this to sound like a negative Nelly reading, but again, not all readings are, it is what it is. I don't need to defend it but I feel like if I feel a little deflated, I'm actually reinflating a healthy ego,
It's what we
a
want.
sense of self, my heart space to recover and recuperate. So I'm going to say, so I can love again. That's what it feels like. I'm going to start with myself. There's willpower and happiness down here as your talismans. Like when I talk to this bartender, it's like I talk to him about my fears, something or other, and whatever's just sticking to my craw. Courage. Lion symbology might mean something to somebody, as well as roses or a bouquet of flowers. Liquid courage with the bartender, liquid courage. And actually the liquid courage is coming out here to communicate with somebody who's like, they're connected to you, but I feel like you don't know that they're connected to you. Or if you have an idea, there's some sort of space of freedom where I don't feel judged. So whatever that means, I feel very free to communicate how I'm feeling, because when I think outside of that box of communicating it in other respects, whether it's personal, professional, your career, a partner, whatever the case may be, I have fears that come in. Yeah, I have fears from pain. So I talk to this bartender that gives me kind of liquid courage, and I can feel that I walk out having a blessed day, not because I'm drunk or anything like that. It's not about taking advantage of the courage. It's about bringing it up, right? Bringing it very much so on the bar table of sorts. And then like my willpower and happiness, I start to see things in this very particular way. I hope this all makes sense. I don't know. I keep being drawn to this bar, and I don't know. I just keep being drawn to the bar. I'm going to keep going here. Virgos. Actually, I know. Right? It's just crazy. And I keep seeing a show, but I can't remember what it's called, but it's of this bartender. I'm seeing somebody with a really tall hat, almost like Jamiroquai. I think he was a singer maybe in the 90s, again, if I recall, not great. And I have this 4-leaf clover, and there's that line up there as well, right at the tip of my nose, like not quite in the third eye space. It's like right here, like when you want to pinch it and you're just like, ugh. And it doesn't have to be an ugh. It's just, I feel very focused upon this, like a kink was made. Okay. And then I just wandered in here to this conversation quite specifically. I love it. Okay. So my eyes, it's like I wear rose-colored glasses, and maybe you don't see red flags in certain people, places, or things. Certain, uncertain, whatever. I feel like that word didn't need to be in there, but it came out. And not because they're rose-colored glasses. Like I see passion, and I see love, and yet I feel like I'm unlucky in it. Whatever my love is invested in, right? That job, that boss, that position, the person, the partner. And then I have like this blind spot. I'm seeing it as a saber-toothed tiger that is talking to my eyes. So it's like my blind spot is talking to my pupil of, perception, something about red flags. And I felt like I knew them, or I know of them, if this is present or past tense, and I wasn't listening. I didn't listen. I wasn't listening. It looks like it may have already ended, or you're going to be making the decision to kick out the clutter. Yep, the Hierophant. Sorry, something. Okay, thank you. 10 of Cups is on the bottom. The Hierophant And if you know me, I'm going to read the art first. So if the Hierophant means anything to you, follow that first. But deep in there, there's words on this television. As soon as I saw this dude on TV, I was like, ooh, there's that bartender guy. Or the Quaker Oats gentleman. I don't know. There's lots of male energy in this reading. How they're earthly expressed, you know better than me. But okay. It's like he pops up on the TV. You might be watching an infomercial quite specifically is coming through, or it's like something on the TV or some sort of communication, maybe a magazine. And you get the message from that. Like that's how it comes through to you. Because you might have interactions with this bartender. Maybe it's in real life. Maybe it's in the dream state. Maybe it's in the spiritual realm in your meditations. But I feel like it reaffirms, like, so I feel like I'm watching TV or something, and suddenly this infomercial comes on quite specifically. That's how it's coming through. And I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like you can get the message through that. It's almost like, you know, if it was a movie, you'd be like, and you know the message, Virgo. And like they're talking to you. And you know, that's what it feels like. And it says rescue station in there. It's like, I don't want to say I'm waiting to be rescued, but because then I have my 10 of Cups here. I'm going to rescue myself. I'll take one more. And I will love again. Okay, I guess we're taking two more. Whatever that is, again, I'm not stuck on romance. Yep, with Death and the Page of Swords. In order like to reach the 10 of Cups and whatever that is for you. But it's like you don't want to be your own stalker. With the eyes, oh, and like, okay, thank you. So it goes from like one extreme to the other, where my pupils were seeing the red flags but ignoring them in that conversation, the blind spot talking to the pupils. It's like I see this wisdom where I'm not even going to flip it to the other extreme where I'm so overprotective. Because, or maybe you're there and you feel that. Now I'm overprotective. And that's actually closing me off to a very life force that is replenishing of wellness. And it's not because it's dependent on an external source. It's allowing connection to come in. Life being lived. And it's like both, yeah, there might be something about that missing in your life because both sides are healing.
Tap.
I'm gonna knock on your door, ring all your bells, tap on the window too. All right, Virgo, sorry, I'm gonna bring this in one more time. Take a look. Seeing a bowl of soup. This is a very specific, I'm like way right here. See that bowl of soup? And then what's that? Whatever this is, that's what I'm seeing. I don't know. What is that? Groove into the heart. Groove into. I don't know what it is.
What
That's
is
horrible. That? Yeah, what is that? We don't know. That's Stephanie's attempt at singing in the morning. Sorry, I want to come back to this person with a soup or a cup of coffee because it's something warm and I can see the steam up. And I'm seeing like what I think is it's another male energy expressed. And they're like somebody is also like maybe Virgo's your ego is a little bit bruised. And your essence, your life force through this. Virgo, one more time. And you know how they say when you want to have you could absolutely be grandson. You know when they say you want to, I don't want to say like break bad news to people, or you want to have an open, earnest conversation, hand somebody a warm cup of coffee or tea, or warm, like have them be holding something warm, because it like warms the heart immediately. Like there's a soothingness about that. I feel like that's what you're doing. So it's kind of like I went from the bar to the coffee shop. And now I'm like sitting by myself having this cup of coffee or this bowl of soup. And it's not in that cheesy way of like, and I'm having lunch by myself and I don't need anybody. It does not feel like that. Because when I say it like that, like I kind of get the gist of what the intention is, but it doesn't, but the energy doesn't match. There's a mismatch. This feels like I am just having a cup of soup. I'm warming my soul. And I'm open to having conversations. I don't give off this aura like I'm not available or I'm not open. I'm just peacefully being me. And if I may, I feel like I'm re-exploring that. Because I'm like, do I enjoy sitting here reading a book at the coffee shop or looking at my phone? I don't know. Let's go try it. Let's go try it. Virgo's empowerment. Empowerment coming through. It's like, I am open. I am open to receive. And not just randomness. No, this is not being open to receive from just willy-nilly. This feels very conscious. Without, like I said, without having like this weird mismatch.
Slowly.
And not allowing, this is how it feels to me anyway, not allowing something, because the Fuji song just came in, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly. So, anyway, it doesn't have to be male, female, right? That's just the way it's coming through, because that's the energies that are interacting primarily. Sana, express. All right, so this is what I feel like is happening. And I will turn this back so you can see this.
How
because
does it work?
I'm being very, very selfish. Express your creative heart. Something thought they could kill me softly. Again, like that dimming of the light, the life force, this, that, or the other. And I am recalibrating what
grandson
and who I want. Grandson has come up a few times. So if you have a grandson, he could be an essence for you. Anyway, so I feel like I went into a whole little different world there for a minute. So I'm not sure where we're at. I'm going to keep going. Mask, honor your authenticity. This is what it feels like, Virgo. I have been through so many versions of myself. I don't even know who I am anymore. I have so many abilities and skill sets that I don't even know which one fits where anymore. If I even want to wear them. And I'm seeing like a wall of masks, but now they're like voodoo-y. And I'm not poo-pooing on voodoo-y. It's just how it comes through. Like, if you don't understand or appreciate the archetype behind that mask, the personality, the effort, the heartbreaks, the hurrahs behind that mask, it's powerful and it can be used. But I feel like for now, like Virgos, maybe you're putting them up on the wall to see it like a collage. And not that it's like, shifting this puzzle around by these are the only pieces. I actually feel like they're hung up and it's like, I'm going to go out and see something new about myself. And I'm going to start simply. Do what you know. Beetlejuice, do what you know. All right, Virgos. Thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your honor. I also want to note that this card is number 13. I don't know if the lighting is allowing it to come through. But I feel like whatever it is that you are working through in partners, professions, relationships, resonance with the self reflectively. You're actually integrating it, and this can be very uncomfortable. This can be also, a little exhausting. But it's like little by little, step by step, exploring the world that's around you, not necessarily based on what was, because that has a feeling about it. Going, hold on a minute here. I am a song. And I have, like with the Sonic card, I have been singing horribly through your session. But I'm so grateful because it all feels very empowering. And please know, like, at least the way I'm sensing it, there's a whole lot of support going on around you that are helping you make up this, this cocktail of your creation. Whatever it is that you're craving to create, you have help, and you have a few different people that feel very grounded and very strong in their space with you, whether they're guides, grandparents, grandsons, whoever they are, but they are grand and they're here for you. That's how it feels to me. Virgos, until next time, thank you so much.